Hello, my name is Carl Pennick, and today I will be giving a presentation on the geology of Mercury. Mercury is a very interesting planet because although it is the smallest, it is also the second densest planet in the solar system. Mercury is so dense because it is composed of a massive amount of metal. Mercury's metal core, which is the innermost layer, has a radius which spans approximately 1,289 miles. Mercury's core makes up 85% of its radius, significantly greater than other planets like Earth. Many scientists argue about the origins of Mercury's unique interior composition. One common theory is that Mercury experienced a significant impact billions of years ago, which stripped away its lighter rocky layer intended to compose its outer crust. A 2021 study disputed this belief, instead stating that the iron contents of a planet's core are defined by their relation to the sun's magnetic field. These scientists theorized that the sun's magnetism attracts iron particles closer to the center of the solar system. As more iron particles traveled in the sun's direction, they began orbiting in a cluster and ultimately initiated Mercury's formation. Mercury ended up forming with the excessive amount of iron that was attracted from across the solar system. Of course, as all of these hypotheses are theoretical, the search continues for an indisputable answer to Mercury's mysterious formation. Mercury is home to countless craters and other visible remnants of historical impacts. Mercury houses one of the solar system's largest craters. This crater, the Caloris Basin, stretches far across the planet with an enormous diameter of 1,550 kilometers. In general, however, Mercury visually appears very similar to the Moon. Both bodies are very gray and bleak without any significant color variations. Mercury is the planet with the thinnest atmosphere in our solar system. Many present conditions make it very difficult for Mercury to accumulate an atmosphere. These conditions include Mercury's weak gravity, as Mercury is not strong enough to attract and hold any gases. They simply float away. Worse than that, however, is the immense heat which blasts Mercury from the sun only a few million miles away. The sun launches solar weather, strong winds, and charged particles at Mercury. All of these effects hit and bounce atoms away from Mercury, stripping the planet of all the lighter molecules which could potentially form an atmosphere. Mercury has the fastest orbit of any planet in our solar system, passing around the sun every 88 days at 29 miles per second. Mercury has a highly eccentric orbit, placed at an eccentricity of approximately 0.21. This eccentricity allows Mercury to be spaced as far away from the sun as 43 million miles and as close as 29 million miles. Mercury features almost a complete lack of seasons during its yearly orbit, as it boasts an axis of rotation of a mere 2 degrees. As Mercury spins upright as it travels, the lack of tilt prevents temperature and sunlight angle variations. Mercury is extremely far away from the Earth and is dangerously close to the sun. Close proximity to the sun means it can be difficult to view Mercury, as the sun's light can easily blind any observer from seeing the small planet. These conditions make it very difficult to observe Mercury, forcing us to rely on space probes for further exploration. With that being said, there have been several historical missions sent to observe Mercury and send images back of the planet. These expeditions consisted of unmanned space probes, the first one being the Mariner 10, sent by NASA in 1973. NASA launched another probe in 2004 called Messenger. Messenger made contact with Mercury when it impacted its surface 11 years later in 2015. NASA's significant exploration of Mercury has helped scientists understand a great deal of information about its physical features. For example, the Messenger probe discovered traces of magnesium and calcium in the planet. It also discovered that Mercury only has a magnetic field equal to 1% of the strength of Earth's magnetic field, which produces extreme weather when mixed with the sun's solar wind and magnetic field. In areas where the sun rarely shines, like within craters at Mercury's poles, Messenger discovered evidence of water ice. In conclusion, Mercury remains a planet of many interesting qualities. It is the smallest planet, but also one of the densest. Closest to the sun, yet home to ice at its poles. Its large metal core, cratered landscape, and strange magnetic field continues to inspire observations about its formation and evolution. Thanks to expeditions like Mariner 10 and Messenger, scientists have been able to observe details that reshape existing theories, such as those about Mercury's origin and internal composition. While there are still many questions surrounding the mysterious planet, each discovery brings scientists closer to discovering the history of the sun's nearest planets. And here are my sources. Thank you so much.